What's up? Hi everyone. Back with another episode of Food Science Fridays, where we explore all things food science, nutrition, and health. Today we are going to be talking about your burning desire. Pun intended, your burning D. You heard it right. We are diving into the world of spicy foods today, and why some people love them so much while others can barely handle a pinch of pepper. Before we get started though, I just want to say thank you for being here, and welcome if this is your first time joining us. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Alright, let's get into it. The amount of spice that someone can handle is determined by a number of factors, including genetics, psychology, and previous experiences. So let's take a look at each one of these. First, the pain tolerance. There are several genes linked to how much spice you can handle. For example, a genetic variant called the A1186C mutation in the receptor gene for substance P may play a role in how spicy foods affect a person. Substance P is a neurotransmitter involved in transmitting pain signals in our body. Researchers pegged this gene as playing a role because the neurotransmitter substance P binds to a protein called the neurokinin 1 receptor, which is encoded by the TACR1 gene. The A1186C mutation results in an amino acid substitution from aspartic acid to asparagine at position 1186. Basically, there's a change in the DNA sequence which changes the instructions for building the neurokinin 1 receptor, and this change alters the function of the receptor, affecting how substance P binds to it. Studies have shown that individuals with the ACE or CC genotype have a higher pain threshold and are better able to cope with painful stimuli, including spicy foods. This is supported by studies that show people with the C allele are more likely to enjoy spicy foods than those with the A. Also, another study found that the A1186C mutation was significantly associated with the ability to perceive spicy foods as more pleasant rather than painful. But remember, not all spice is created equal. The spiciness of a dish depends on what type of pepper is used and how much of it is used. Each pepper has a Scoville heat unit rating. These are arbitrary units that measure the concentration of capsaicin in a chili pepper. Capsaicin is the chemical that creates the sensation of heat or spiciness when it binds to the TRPV1 receptor in our body. TRPV1, transient receptor potential vanilloid subtype 1, is a receptor that our nerve cells use to sense temperature. When it binds with capsaicin, it sends a signal to the brain that interprets it as spicy or hot. So, different peppers have different Scoville ratings. For example, bell peppers have 0 shu, jalapeno peppers range from 2500 to 8IO350. We know that not all people with the same genotype will react to spicy foods in the exact same way. There are other genes that can modify this response. So, if you have family members who can handle spicy foods better than you do, this could be due to them having a different combination of alleles that result in a less painful response to capsaicin. But remember, this is just one piece of the puzzle. Next, let's talk about the psychology of spice. Surprisingly, culture plays a huge role in determining whether or not someone likes spicy foods. It is common knowledge that cuisines from different cultures vary greatly in their use of spices and chili peppers. For example, Indian and Thai cuisines are well known for their liberal use of spices, whereas traditional French cuisine tends to use fewer spices. There are even regional differences within countries. For example, the southern United States is known for its spicy foods, such as Nashville hot chicken, while the cuisine in the Northeast is often less spicy. This cultural preference for spicy foods is likely due to a combination of factors, including the availability of spices in different regions, the influence of traditional recipes, and the psychological impact of different flavors and aromas. It is believed that the human preference for certain tastes and smells is largely influenced by cultural conditioning and learned behaviors. For example, many people develop a taste for spicy foods after being exposed to them at an early age. In fact, research shows that children who are regularly exposed to spicy foods become accustomed to the taste and are more likely to enjoy it as adults. Similarly, the smell of spices and chili peppers can evoke positive emotions and memories in people who are familiar with them, making them more appealing. It's also possible that the cultural significance of spicy foods contributes to people's enjoyment of them. In some cultures, spicy foods are associated with celebrations and special occasions, which can make them more enjoyable. Additionally, the act of eating spicy food can be a social experience that brings people together. This is particularly true in cultures where spicy foods are shared among family members and friends. In fact, research has shown that people who eat spicy foods together are more likely to feel connected to each other. So next time you're enjoying a spicy meal with friends or family, take a moment to appreciate not only the delicious flavors, but also the cultural significance and the social bond that food brings. So it is clear that culture plays a big role in determining whether or not someone likes spicy food. But what about those who do like spicy food? What is it about the burning sensation that makes it so appealing? Well, it turns out that there is a reason behind the love for spicy food. One theory is that people who enjoy spicy food have a higher pain tolerance. This means that they are better able to handle pain and discomfort without showing signs of distress. In fact, studies have found a positive correlation between spice preference and pain tolerance, suggesting that those who like spicy food are indeed more tolerant of pain. Another theory is that the enjoyment of spicy food is linked to the release of endorphins in the brain. Endorphins are natural pain relievers that are produced in the body in response to stress or pain. When the body encounters spicy food, it releases endorphins to help alleviate the burning sensation. This release of endorphins creates a feeling of pleasure and satisfaction, which can lead to the enjoyment of spicy food. Interestingly, research has also found that the enjoyment of spicy food may be related to the stimulation of certain receptors in the mouth. These receptors are responsible for detecting different tastes and textures, and they send signals to the brain that can influence our perception of the food we eat. Some studies suggest that people who enjoy spicy food have a higher density of these receptors in their mouths, which allows them to detect and savor the different flavors and textures of spicy food more intensely. But keep in mind that individual preferences can vary widely, and not everyone who enjoys spicy food necessarily has a high pain tolerance or a higher density of taste receptors. Instead, it is possible that the enjoyment of spicy food is simply a matter of personal preference that has been shaped by a variety of factors, including cultural conditioning, psychological associations, and previous experiences. Finally, past experiences matter too. Our previous experiences with spicy foods can also influence our current preferences. If we had a bad experience with spicy food in the past, we may develop a fear or aversion to it. On the other hand, if we've had positive experiences with spicy foods, we may be more likely to enjoy them in the present. For example, if you grew up eating spicy food, you may have developed a taste for it and be able to handle a lot of heat. On the other hand, if you grew up avoiding spicy food, you may not be able to tolerate it as an adult. Our past experiences can also shape our attitudes towards spicy foods. If we've had positive experiences with spicy foods, we may associate them with good memories and feel comfortable eating them. However, if we've had negative experiences with spicy foods, we may feel anxious or uncomfortable eating them. In fact, some people develop a condition called acquired chili pepper aversion, in which they become ill at the mere sight or smell of chili peppers due to a negative experience they had in the past. In conclusion, there are many factors that determine how much spice we can handle and enjoy. While it's true that our genetics play a significant role, our psychology and previous experiences also matter. So next time you're enjoying a spicy meal, take a moment to appreciate the complex interplay of factors that make it possible for you to handle the heat. Did you find this video helpful? Let us know in the comments below. As always, the references and studies used in this video are added in the description below. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and supporting us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing videos. See you next time.